Hey, you gotta keep some tabs on us.
Oh yeah, because they like, once they hear you, they want to hear, everything. They they want to follow you on your journey, and
Aw.
I noticed that with my fans because it's like if I ain't had a girl on in a minute, like they hit me with a DM or a message saying, so when you gonna bring such and such back? You ain't had her back on it. We loved her.
Well, I'm glad that you like me.
God, if I was still active, I would work with you, but I would shoot with you.
Stop.
And people, look, I'm right there. It's funny as hell, right? Because I got like the post where she went to taco, right? And she bit the
Hmm.
taco and did like a pop lock.
Hey now. I'll pop it for some tacos. I'm not gonna lie to you.
That must have been some good ass taco, because food is good when you dance out this mug. You know what I'm saying?
You know what it is? That's the attitude leaving my body. That's what me eating is.
Oh my God. Because it was funny because I was looking at this TikTok video. They said the things that people do when they eat. And they was like, when a person eat the food, they do a dance because it be so good. He like, dude ate it like, boy, I
I
like the
can't
guy. I
pretend
said,
like that's
that's
not
me.
me.
So, oh my goodness, baby girl. Yeah, she is gorgeous. See, she got me over here speechless, yo, for real. I'm like, damn,
Stop.
this. Oh my goodness. So, how have your day been? How has your weekend been? Has 2023 treated you so far?
You know what? We took off running, and I don't think we've stopped. We're
I
at a
see.
full sprint.
No God.
we
How long
just
you been in the business?
I'm a baby. I really just started with iHeartBBW in August, September. So I'm just a baby in the game.
See, it's just crazy because a lot of y'all that come in that be like just a year. It's like the way y'all move is like y'all been in it for like 5 or 6. So
Aw,
when
well, I
y'all tell
appreciate
me,
that.
you go, okay, when you tell me that, I'm like, she just starting. What the fuck? Feel like she
You
been here
know
for
what?
a minute.
I try. My thing is, even if I'm not making the mistakes, if I'm not moving and grooving, like I'll learn from somebody else. I take
Mhm.
everything as a learning opportunity from whoever I meet. So, gotta
Most
play it smart.
definitely. Most definitely. So, hello, my
Hey.
smokers. How y'all doing? And welcome to the Smokers Lounge here on Anchor, the perfect app for you to start your own podcast career. All you got to do is download the Anchor app or go to anchor.fm and get yourself a profile star podcast today. I'm your host, Kavanaugh, the Southern Champ, aka the Porn Rap Star. Find all my links with one link, allmylinks.com/Porn Rap Star. Let me tell you about 4 wonderful sponsors that we love so much. The first one being lsworld.com, the Facebook of the LS community. Next up, the hottest adult mag on the web, eroticismmagazine.com. Next up, 90% profit for you content creators and for you consumers. A new place for you to consume Triple X content. I'm talking about xsitebunny.com. And last but not least, nominated, award winning. I'm talking about some voiceover smut. Blush Erotica. So go to blusherotica.com and see the hottest porn stars in the game fucking the brakes off each other with some hot poetry, erotic poetry over
I
top
love
of
it.
it, baby. And it's
Hmm.
not corny. Also, proud member of the GW District Black Podcasting Network. So go over to shopgwdistrict.com and buy from over 500 black-owned retailers and shops. Also, 5 days a week, go over to fullyswapradio.com and listen to me every morning, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. Also, check me out on SkyhawkAfterDarkTV.com as well as the BGP LLC app. Hello, Gerald Roberts. How you doing, my brother? So I'm gonna sit back and let this sexy island, beautiful, voluptuous, and she love tacos and love to make dudes' toes curl with her mouth. Introduce herself.
Period. Hello, babes. My name's Makana Moon, aka Island Girl. Brand new to the game, but you can find all the links on my Twitter.
No
Island
doubt,
underscore girl.
no doubt, no doubt. So you just came from doing this shoot after before
I
you ate the
did.
taco. So
I
tell us
did.
about your shoot, baby.
So I got my start in boudoir modeling. So that's what
Okay.
I was doing today, was doing some more boudoir content,
Mm.
shooting some stuff for Valentine's Day, getting a little messy, the fun stuff. So
Oh yeah.
yeah, it was super cute. I had a little like red lingerie moment with an apron, mixing up
Mm.
some batter, dripping the chocolate. It was good times.
Oh, no doubt. And see, what people that is actually food fetish. We call that food
Oh
porn
yeah.
in the industry.
Hell yeah.
And believe me, that makes money out of this piece and
That's my
everything.
lane.
So how long were you doing bourgeois before you broke into porn?
um, Not very long. I want to say about 6 to 8 months before Carrie found me.
Hmm.
Miss Carrie Anthony is the one who I connected and linked with, and she brought me in for iHeartBBW in about September of this
Hmm.
last year. Yeah.
Okay, now when she hit you up, did you know how much of a legend she was?
So I actually just accidentally popped in on her live. She was doing a live with the girls on Instagram, and I was like, that's pretty fucking cool. Y'all out here showing out for the big girls. Like,
Yeah.
that's what's up. She said, put in an application. I sent her my photos, and she's like, yeah, you're coming on tour. Like, get ready.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure she saw you come in. She was like, "Oh, she got to be in my fashion show. Damn it, you gorgeous."
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's like I, me and Platinum kind of came in the game at the same time, and
Right.
Platinum is literally a legend in this game. Like she is a pioneer with not only content creation but the BBW game
Oh,
in
yeah.
general. Period. So it's a lot that ladies can learn from her. Period. Even to the point that she was the only one that started an all BBW um, cam house, and before there was no BBW fashion show until she stepped on the scene for
Yep.
Exotica and everything. So how was it, working with her, doing the fashion show and all that stuff?
It's been one of the like coolest journeys that I've done.
Hmm.
It's to have this group of women that not only are we just having a blast, just rocking it on stage, showing off for an audience that is ready and open for us, like
Hmm.
that's huge in and of itself. We be drawing some big ass crowds at Exotica, let me tell you. But to also just have this sisterhood that I can hit any of them up anytime and be like, hey, what about this? How should I edit this?
Hmm.
What's my lane here? How do I, it's cool to have this just the entire sounding board of other really awesome women.
Hmm. Yeah, most definitely. Because in years past, you didn't see that.
Yeah.
It was a lot of competition, cattiness, and the whole nine. But this generation, y'all really connect with each other and work with each other and help each other.
Yeah.
Period. Speak to having that closeness and how it benefits you.
Well, don't get me wrong, there's still some out there, it is still a competitive game, unfortunately. I don't
Mhm.
We're all fighting the same current. I feel like there's room for all of us to have our own lane, but I appreciate there's been, I would say, a heavy handful, more than half of the group that like I genuinely am probably going to carry for the rest of my life. Like they're super close companions at this point.
Yeah, most definitely. And plus, I'm pretty sure you met one of my close personal friends and member of the Smoke This Over family, Princess Havoc.
Oh my
Um,
goodness, yes.
that
That's
that's my
Mama
buddy.
Havoc for me.
Yes, yeah, she's mama, all right, and she's a whole lot of fun. For everybody, if you are not subscribed to Premium Smoke, we need to go over there and check out Cause and Havoc. Her podcast is off the chain, and she's a damn great podcast as well. So
Oh
both of
yeah,
us are.
super good. She just had Fairy on her show the other day too. I mean, she
Yeah.
really be doing a lot, and I'm proud of her every time. But she be momming me. She's like, "Did you eat? Did you take a break? Are you hydrating?"
Yeah, but that's the beauty of it because being mentored helps people in this business, and a lot of times people don't get the opportunity to be mentored or work with or talk to people who've been in the business for a minute, whether it's a year or 2 or 3 years, period. So
Right.
how it feels to be ingratiated and embraced by people that have been in the business for a minute.
Absolutely. It's been like, I don't know, it's so humbling because like obviously I went in New Jersey Exotica was my first experience, my first fashion show, my first everything. And I came in bright-eyed and bushy-tailed and ready to rock and roll and just absorb everything I can. And to have this like super cool gang of women just like lift me up and be like, here's like a little user manual. Here's everything. Here's, like it's really cool to be like, okay, cool. I feel like I got some footing under me. Like it's
Most
really nice.
Yeah, I can believe it. So, with that being said, what brought you to the Triple X side of the business?
um, well, so for me, the adult content side of it is really
Mhm.
just about providing an creative outlet that not only is content that shows an unique body type like myself,
Mhm.
but content that I enjoy and that is, I don't want to say more realistic, but there's, content is still not 100% natural, I would say. Um, and so I'm just trying to put out some good content that I believe in, that I think is good content for other people, um, that, showcases a plus size body without necessarily being fetishizing,
Yeah.
so, and that's what I'm just trying to do and enjoy myself in the meantime while I do it.
True that, true that. So let's unpack your first foray into Triple X. So tell me
Yeah.
about your first shoot that you did, and like what some of the not misconceptions, but conceptions, that you had walking in versus after you were done.
So my very first collaboration, because I still consider myself more of a content creator than a porn star, just
Mhm.
because my aim isn't necessarily to work with production companies. I'm cool making my own content and whatnot and having that creative freedom.
I'm gonna spank
But
you on
my
that.
first
See,
collab,
you a freaking porn star. Let's stop. You a porn
yes,
star. It
yes,
doesn't
sir.
matter if you shot with major companies, because you shooting with major talent. It's the equivalent. Now go ahead.
Okay, thank you. So my first collab that I ever did, was with Eli Daniel, aka the Naked Trumpeter.
Yeah. Ooh.
Chef's kiss, let me tell you. It was beautiful. So I went into Jersey being like, I'm not going to shoot. I'm really just taking this as a learning opportunity, make the connections network. But he came in with some swag and some positive energy that was unmatched. And I was like, okay, you know what? Like, I'm down. Like,
Yeah, he didn't use a trumpet already, did you? He didn't use a trumpet
I
already.
mean, he may have busted it out on the floor a couple times. I'm not gonna pretend like he
I've talked
didn't.
to a girl that has been trumpeted
He
and
done
the
trumpeted
vibrations.
everything. No, and he flogged me almost every day. It was beautiful. I enjoyed it. Um, but no, that was my first scene, and it was just super reassuring to be with somebody that was so completely professional. Because when you're, especially when you're new, when you're hot on the new stuff, everybody's in your DMs.
Yeah.
Everybody's in there trying to do whatever, yada yada yada.
Mhm.
But he came prepared. We walked through everything beforehand. We set boundaries. We had an after session confession, talked about how well we did within our boundaries. Like, it was one of the most like comfortable interactions I've had, period.
Mhm.
Outside of the industry even. Like,
Yeah.
it was beautiful. Plus, your girl made a mess, which is always good for camera.
Wait a second. You squirt?
Yeah.
Oh, so
Where do
so
you think
oh
the island
God.
comes from?
So dude, so trumpeter, you was swimming, huh? You
Oh
went
yeah.
swimming.
Over here, snorkeling, no tank.
See, I love working with girls that squirt, but I'm the dude that I don't run from the squirt. I sit there and take it. I love it. It turns me on even more. I sit there and take it in the mouth, spit it back on the pussy, just keep eating. It ain't shit to me,
Mhm.
So it's So did y'all have a cameraman or was it tripod, POV? How did
We
y'all
did a
how
little
can
bit of everything. Like, we really made a lot of content. It was just him and I, but we did
okay.
some GoPro. We did some, like, we had some tripod moments. We did a couple different angles, mostly on the face, of course. Um, you know, uh, it was good. I was impressed with how much we were able to do ourselves, because up until that point, I've really only made solo content. and then a couple casual, roadhead, couple things here, that kind of thing. So
I what you're saying. So, and because now, before, because basically saying you were doing more of the amateurish stuff.
yeah.
With you moving into the pro side of things, speak to the differences of filming on the pro side versus what you were doing before.
Oh, absolutely. So as far as creatively, I am way more thoughtful about angles, lighting, clarity, quality of content, length of content, the before shoot, what am I putting out as a teaser? What am I putting out as the free one? What am I putting it out as the long one? Like there's a lot more thought that's going into it. Because beforehand it was very much like, here's my titties, I'm super cute. Like,
Yeah, because what a lot of people don't understand is that when we're fucking on camera, we're fucking for the camera.
Oh,
Period.
absolutely.
And we have to work the camera. Ladies have to make love to the camera. Period. It's a waltz between you and the male talent. So what's some of the things that Naked Trumpeter did? So these dumb fuckers that are watching my podcast and trying to bring this business can understand, because it's I call it pre-care. It's before the shoot. Things that a producer, male talent, does to help the lady become more comfortable, more relaxed, more in the mood, all that stuff, so the scene will move flawlessly.
Oh, absolutely. I think for me, the fact that we had a little bit of rapport going into it, because we had spent the whole weekend at Exotica interacting on the floor, talking, building that little bit of connection before we even entered the scene, that was huge for me. So that alone, but as far as him on arrival, he came prepared. He brought out everything that he brought with him, explained what he brought, what it does, what I'm comfortable using. Like there was full communication the whole time. As far as hard and soft limits, what are my boundaries, what can I work with? And then just super reinforced, and like I felt so comfortable. It was beautiful.
I can
The
believe that.
professionalism. It never once felt like he was making a pass or he just wanted to make some content with me, or like, it was always, do you like the way this angle looks? Do you like the way this lighting is? Do you want to, I was included in all of that process, not me just showing up and getting fucked. So,
Yeah, because the thing about it is that once you hit that professional level, you have to stay there.
oh
Because
yeah.
I'm a firm believer that when the fans see you a certain way, they expect to see it moving forward. And that's what I like about you. Because you give me pin up. You give me professional pictures. You give me professional looking shit. That's why I said I would never call you a content creator. To me, anytime female moves like that, you call yourself a content creator, you're cheapening yourself. You're a
Oh,
porn
well,
star.
thank you.
I mean, seriously, because a lot of people say, well, no, you're a porn star unless you shoot with major companies. No, 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 no. It's how you shoot and who you work with. Because to me, if you work with the same guys that they're booking and you're shooting just like they're shooting, they kind of make you a porn star. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Period. So now, yeah. So did you go to the DC one too?
I
DC.
did.
Okay. Did you any work at the DC?
So DC, in contrast to Jersey, is a lot smaller. It was definitely a different vibe, in my opinion.
Yeah.
I still made content. I made content with some of the girls. It was more like fun because it's right in December. So we did some fun, like, let's build a gingerbread house together. Like,
I saw that.
yeah.
Friend of the show, Amazon Honey. Hey,
Miss
baby.
Honey herself, let me tell
She is
you.
so sweet, yo. She is so sweet and adorable.
That's my girl. I'm telling you. Like, she's going to do
She
some
is.
stuff out here. I'm telling you.
Yes, yes, yes. And she's tall as shit. She's tall as shit. And
She's
I told
tall
her,
as shit. You're not wrong.
I say, I'll be a dude. If I work with you, you will see no fear in me. 'Cause I like tall women anyway. But yeah,
Like,
it's
okay, so I'm not that tall. I'm like 5'6", 5'7", but I'm taller than the majority of the girls on our team. So when she came along, I was like, thank God. I need another big bitch out here to make me not feel like a giant. Like, please.
So, when you was on the floor with the Exoticas, how did it feel with the male talent and the fans coming up to you, ingratiating you?
Oh, I
You know
love
what I'm
it.
saying?
I love, for me, I'm very much an introvert, but I can switch on that like
Mm-hmm.
network vibe, the charismatic people person. I'm here to like make you smile. Go ahead and, go ahead and flirt with me. Flirt with me. Come on. I
Well,
was
I'll
out
definitely
here. I
fuck
had
with
my
your sexy
business
ass.
cards. I had my stickers. I said, go ahead and take me home with you. Come on.
And see, now that's interesting that you said that because I always taught never leave the fans with nothing. So, speak to the process of getting your materials or advertising materials, promotional materials together.
I mean, for me, so I'm from Oregon in a smallish town. It's real hard to get anything even slightly provocative printed. Like it's real hard. Like Walgreens declined, Walmart declined, not that we're dropping their names, but FedEx was the only one that would print all my materials. So
Mm,
I did business cards, I did stickers, we did some photo prints and stuff for signing. It was, yeah. I kept it pretty basic for Jersey and DC, but I think I'm gonna bring some more merch to Chicago. I'm
yeah,
building
oh
enough.
yeah. Because I'm sorry, your logo, the cartoon logo, yeah, that need to
Yeah.
be a t-shirt. I'm just saying, people will buy that shit. I'm telling you, that's a good.
Should I
Made that
get you
cool.
one? Like, get you a little beanie or something?
Oh, I might do that. You know what I'm saying? I might do that one day, most definitely. I actually like the picture. Who drew that?
Say that again.
Who drew the your picture logo?
So there's a Instagram page, and I believe they're Cool Girls It. Um, but they did a whole bunch of us in the IHeartBBW group, made us little, like Honey has one, I have one. But it's so cute, and they are great at what they do. I
Yes,
appreciate that they put my tattoo in it because that's like my little sprinkle of
yes,
me.
yes, and I see it's islandish per se. Kind of like Samoan. What's that? Now, hold on. You didn't do it the traditional way. You did the ink way, right? You didn't do it the
So
traditional way with the hammer and the.
no, I didn't do old school, but I definitely went to somebody who is versed because I'm Micronesian. And tribal tattoos in and of themselves are like a whole language. And so
Yes.
you have to like really go to someone who understands what they're putting on your body and understand what they're. So it's one of those things like somebody else who's Micronesian can see it and be like, oh, there she is. I know where she's from. I know her story.
Yeah,
That's what it.
and them shits is hot as fuck. Cause like I watch wrestling heavy. So between The Rock and the Usos and Roman, I be looking at their tats. I be wanting to get one my damn self. Cause them shits be beautiful, yo. Straight up. I mean, and then when I saw a documentary of how they traditionally do it, I see why them motherfuckers tough as shit. You gotta be
I
tough to
mean,
take that shit. I'm sorry.
if I would have done mine traditional, I would have been there a hot minute. Mine was 9.5 hours in and of itself. So,
Yes, because you had majority of your leg to your foot. So I know that was painful, especially when it got to the feet. Oh God.
oh yeah, the foot was definitely the most uncomfortable.
Ooh. Because so people don't understand with tattoo, the less meat, the more painful. Trust me on
Oof. I mean, I got plenty of meat, but not on my feet.
that. Oh, yes, most definitely. So did you go to AVN?
I did go to AVN.
So tell me about your experience at the first attended AVN in 3 years.
Well, so it was my first AVN period. So it was a whole experience in of itself. It was crazy different than Exotica. I'm used
Yeah.
to Exotica where it's like as long as your nipples and your clits covered, like you're solid. Like that's pretty much
Yeah, I heard that they were very censored in this one.
so strict. So strict. I mean, I was
Oh,
wearing like just a cute little baby doll piece and some
mhm.
cheekies and like everything was covered, but they were like, "Ma'am, you might need to change. You can't walk through the casino like that."
Yeah, because I know that most years, well, one, I heard that the strip itself is trying to become more family friendly, which I find that
Mm.
kind of funny because this is fucking Vegas. Who the fuck want to take their family to Vegas? Half the time when you in Vegas, you either going to get some pussy and gambling. That's what you going to party and gamble. You ain't thinking about taking the family around. So that's crazy that they changed it. And like, I talked to a couple of people that went, and they were like, "Yeah, it was way more tame than normal." And to me, that kind of worries me because it might turn off a lot of fans because the fans, they want to see y'all turned up. They want to
Well,
see
it definitely felt like AVN were for the creators. It didn't feel like it was for the fans at all. Like when we were out there, just like numbers wise and interaction wise, it didn't feel like there was many fans out there, especially compared to Exotica, where it's everybody's out there. But I definitely still had value in it. I networked my ass off and met some people and talked to everybody, and my face just being there for me is paying off in the long run. And so I still found value. It was different.
Oh yeah. Because see, the thing about it is, it's our Oscars. You know what I'm saying, for the industry, and all the big fuckers are there. So it's an opportunity for ladies to network, possibly get sponsorship, possibly become spokesmodels, as well as even show off to the major companies and stuff like that. So did you do any shoots in Vegas while you was there?
I did. I worked mostly with Miss Pink Plush. We did some work together.
Shouts out to Pink Plush. I interviewed her too.
We did some great ass I can't even begin to tell you. Like we did a Galentine's Day one, and then we did a coconut cream pie eating one. That was chef's kiss. I worked with Anthony's Diary, which is one of our newer like content creators that I met through TikTok, because that's where my main fan base is through TikTok. So but worked with him and did some massage content, and that was super fun. Yeah, I know.
Yeah, we say massage with happy ending or just a straight up massage?
Sensual massage. I won't say full happy ending, but definitely seductive.
Ooh. So you real fetish heavy per se.
Say that again?
I say you real fetish heavy. Fetish heavy.
I mean, I embrace the fetish. That's because that's where a lot of the money is in the market.
Yeah,
for sure. But I think there's a way to do fetish without over fetishizing yourself, if that makes sense.
True. Because I think that I always talk about ladies expanding their repertoire. Part of that is not so dependent upon boy girl and drifting into doing fetish stuff. Because to be honest with you, it's more the boy girls, the advertising, the fetish plays to a more niched market per se. And the whole nine. So speak to ladies being open to doing more fetish content with their boy girl content.
Oh, absolutely. I think for me, at least creatively, I've made some of my favorite content with a partner. That's fetish related, only because, especially when it's with somebody like I'm close with and I have a connection with outside of the industry, like Pink Plush, we can play into it together and have it's so much fun to shoot. Like we did the coconut cream pie one, which was us just being like, this is so good. I don't know if I can take another bite. I'm so full, da 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 da. But it was just genuinely us having a good time. And my fans ate that shit up. They're like, ooh, you know what I mean? Like, I think genuine content comes across so much better than when you have to act.
Oh yeah. See, that's even when I used to do role play scenes with females. I didn't write no script. We did improv. I told them, I gave them bullet points and said, act it out the way that you would. Because the more natural she is, the better that scene comes out. Because they already think we be faking it, which we're not faking it. Because I'm sorry, if dude nutted, it ain't fake, okay? The pussy was good. We was fucking, And so why you didn't do much boy girl?
So at least for me personally, I'm trying to step away from the narrative that, well, it's not a bad narrative, that all BBWs are just throat goats, that we're just here to get railed. There's a little bit of a narrative that's just an over sexualization in my mind. So I'm trying to lean more into the sensual seduction of like, you can love my body, and we can have beautiful fucking gorgeous sex, but it doesn't have to be this primal, almost degrading lane.
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
Because I always had this conversation. We lost sensual sex when OnlyFans came in.
Yep.
Period. Because even to the point, like when I used to shoot, I asked a girl, "Do you kiss?" I hated a girl that didn't want to kiss. And to me, it, sensual, slow, methodical sex sells better than me fucking you hard for 15 minutes. Period. No, seriously.
No,
Because
I
two,
believe
if
it.
you're male talent, if you pound it for 15 minutes, dude, guess what? That ain't gonna be 10 minutes because your ass gonna come fast. Period. And there's certain things that the fans want to see. They want to see the dick going in and out the pussy. They can't do that if you're doing this the whole time. Seriously.
Right.
Because even to the point when you have a cameraman, and for any male talent that's watching this understands, they want to see the dick. They want to see how much of the dick that you're taking, especially if you're working with a Richard Man or if you're working with Don Prince or somebody or that has a huge cock. Okay, they want to see how much of that cock she's taking. And if you notice, the more experienced male talents, they change up the pace. They slow it up. They might beat it up for a second, and they dial it back and slow it. Plus, also, you got to think about the angles that we got to do, such as, like I tell females, you know, that side angle. When he hit the doggy, we got to turn our body angrily so he can see the dick going in the pussy. You can't do that if you pound it,
It
dog.
doesn't feel natural at all, but
Yeah.
it's for the camera.
So it's kind of like, to me, that's where porn is heading back.
Hmm.
Because I'm noticing that a lot of guys want to kiss. A lot of guys want to eat the pussy now. They want to be a little bit more slow and methodical and everything. And plus, also, I'm seeing more role play scenes now. Not because I think what happened was when OnlyFans came in and motherfuckers started making quick money off a 6-minute video with no nut.
Yep.
Some of these people didn't even come, or if they did come, that was it. Who the fuck? Why the fuck I'm gonna pay $50 to watch a 6-minute video? Really?
Right.
I better see 20 minutes of some goddamn going hard with it. So, and you do kiss during scenes, right?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
You like you a good kisser too.
I mean, this face
You
card
like them
doesn't
soft
decline.
lips. So, but it like this, do you see that a lot of male talents want to do sensual, or they just want to pound?
The ones that I've interacted with, absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Um, just because I'm huge on, I need to at least have a little bit of rapport. I need to know that we vibe a little bit in person before I'm just like, yeah, let's shoot.
Yeah.
Because I don't like to fake. I don't like to play pretend if it's
No,
not for
me
fun,
neither.
like,
Yeah, no. Because like I said, we have to woo each other. You know
yeah,
what I'm saying? Make you feel like I want you. You make me feel like I want like that you want me. It's not about where we gonna fuck off camera. Period. That ain't about it. But you thirsty motherfuckers, you already get the pussy. What the fuck you need more for? But anyway, the point being is, you don't even know if she married or not, nigga. But anyway, my point is that we have to woo each other, period, and
Mhm.
make each other feel good. And a lot of times guys don't understand that. They don't
Right,
understand the difference between being flirty and thirsty. There's a huge
right.
difference. Period. And I be hating when motherfuckers don't understand that, because if you get that thirsty moniker, your career is done.
Well, and it's one of those things that some of the best interactions I've had with male content creators were ones that completely left the ball in my court. They didn't
Mm-hmm.
pressure me. They didn't, come back, like Igor Knight, probably one of my favorite people to work with. Because he hit
Mm-hmm.
me up before I even went to Jersey. He said, I know you're going to Jersey. I'd love to work with you if you're open to it. And I was like, no, I'm not shooting while I'm out there. I'm just taking, and he was totally fine
The
with it.
boy, I know he was like, she said she will go shoot. He saw Naked Trumpeter and plowing it. Goddamn, like, damn it.
I mean, we met in person though, and
Yeah,
it was a whole different energy. And I was like, okay, all
yeah,
right. Okay.
yeah. Because I tell anybody that's the reason why. Because sometimes it takes you meeting them in person to close the deal.
Oh, absolutely.
Because it's one thing to see your Twitter feed. It's another thing that you meet them in person, because you might get a totally different feeling and a vibe when you meet them in person that might help you decide, yeah, I wouldn't mind working with them. Period.
Yep, absolutely.
Yeah. Now, speaking about that, working with somebody, for all you guys, I know y'all waiting for the question that I wanted to ask before I get to the best part of the show. what the things that you look at when it comes to male talent, and even to a certain extent female talent, that would enable you to say, I will work with you for content trade? What they have to bring to the table other than being good looking and a big dick?
Hey, shout out to the average dick too. I'm just saying, if they can throw it.
Average dick as well, goddamn. What they got to bring to the
Um,
table?
for me, it's all about quality of content. If I can see that you're taking it seriously, I'm gonna take you a lot more serious.
Mm-hmm.
If it's, quality. If you For me, I always like to see at least a couple other plus size ladies that you worked with, because I'm not trying to be the one experimental.
Interesting. Let's unpack that real quick. Let's unpack that
Yeah.
because I've been in a situation where when I started, I cut my teeth with BBWs.
Hmm.
That's why I can tell motherfuckers BBW since 2010 been the top money makers in this fucking business. Fuck what y'all think about those skinny girls. Trust me on that. And whenever I tried to broaden my horizons to smaller girls, they was like, they looked at what, God, all you shoes with BBWs, all you shoes with BBW. You sure that I'm the one that you want? And sometimes you want to switch up the pace because you don't want to leave money on the table.
Oh
You know,
yeah, absolutely.
just like I started with black girls, and eventually I started working with white girls. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like if you do see a dude that he mostly got smaller girls, what do he have to prove to you to show that he's not just doing it because he just want a big girl to fuck, that he's literally just trying to expand his repertoire and he want to start
Well,
that
and
bullshit.
and that's where the conversation comes, because it's one of those things that I'm okay doing fetish work, but it's within a comfort level of fetish. Um,
Mm-hmm,
and what his idea of what kind of content he wants to shoot with me,
mm-hmm,
because at the end of the day, it has to represent both our brands well.
mm-hmm. Oh yeah,
So, yeah.
oh yeah. Because just looking at you, I would have had a prevalent scenes that I would have done with you. I
Aw.
did role play and everything. So also I always tell females you want to experience male talent because iron sharpens iron.
Mhm.
Period. Just like you were talking about with Naked Trumpeter. He been there, he done it before because we as men have the hardest job. We have to keep it hard in some serious conditions. I've been there where I can feel the cameraman dick on my ass as I'm pounding up for back from the back because he's trying to get that over the top angle. Like I'm looking
Right?
down in between my legs to get that underneath, especially if she a squirter, because if she's squirting, you hit the doggy style just right.
Mm.
Yes, sir.
Don't talk to
So
me like that.
and I used to love being able to know when a girl could squirt because I know when to pull back, especially when I do a POV to catch that
Mhm.
squirt. Oh man, I loved it. I done fucked up a camera too because a girl squirted, but putting it on the floor to get that
So funny
underneath.
story. Naked Trumpeter. He was using one of the wands, that plug in
Yeah.
or whatever. I may or may not have broke it on accident. um,
How y'all be breaking wands? God dang, that's on the click. They ain't going in the pussy.
I mean, couldn't handle the ocean.
You must shit. You ocean got them sound like a goddamn motherfucking waterfall with the ocean if you
I
broke
mean,
that.
tsunami, pumanami. What do you want me to say?
See, that's why she said she the island girl. She got that wet ass pussy. She got that water.
Period.
Oh my God. So people, y'all know what time it is. It's the favorite time of that show. It's the time where the pussies go dry and the dicks go limp. They talk about the business. So you have sites. You've been doing solo. You've been doing some stuff on your own before you got in here. A lot of people walk through this industry thinking that this is easy, easy money. The money comes quick. It's a lot of money. So walking in, did you have that same thought process?
Um, I had an understanding that as a female, there's some privilege.
Yeah.
It's a little bit easier than it is for a man. Absolutely. Um, but I also understood it takes some fucking work. Like, you know, the discipline alone, the self-motivation alone to continue to shoot, to continue to put content out, to stay up to date on social media, it's a lot.
Yeah, yeah, because you always hear everybody brag about the money that they make, but they don't never talk about what they had to do to get that money.
The hustle, the grind in and out for it, you know.
Yeah,
And
most
I'm
definitely.
still learning and building and growing. Like I'm still finding my lane, and like this is 100% part-time for me still too. Like I work a full 9 to 5 throughout the week.
You ain't the only one, baby. Yes, porn stars
Yep.
do have jobs. We do have.
Oh
Trust me.
yeah.
Period. And can I tell anybody you have a nine? Well, one, you need a 9 to 5 because it's kind of hard to say to your renter, yeah, I do porn, because some motherfuckers would not rent to you because of it. So it's
Hmm.
kind of, and on top of that, also taxes and all that good shit. So I tell females, you don't quit that job until porn forces you to, because you're making too much money.
Hmm.
Period. So it's nothing wrong with having a job, baby. Shit, I have a job and I'm doing podcasts. What that tell you? I'm off work this weekend. Goddamn, I'm happy out this bitch.
I think I'm just a workaholic. I'm a glutton for the punishment, I guess.
But see, you got to be in this business, because what this era made females become is their own business woman. Because
Right.
now they have to really run the business. It's just and themselves and everything. And also they learn to expand their territory within the porn industry, such as doing webcamming, such as doing custom videos, such as doing phone sex and stuff like that. So what's some of the other stuff that you do besides the actual filming that helps make you money in this industry?
I mean, I definitely the video chats are a big pool. I try to book them all one day a week and just bust those out. Custom videos. Although I've definitely, as I've kind of built and grown a little bit, my customs have gotten more and more unique. And I've
Yeah, I can.
definitely had to be like, I'm not the right content creator for you for that one. Like, I appreciate
Tell me
you.
about
I'm
one
glad
of
that
the
you think I am.
wildest. Tell me about one of the wildest requests for a customer you had.
Um, and this is my thing. I never yuck somebody else's yum as long as it's consensual and safe and yada yada. But I had an individual that really was into puppy play, and it's not my wheelhouse. Like I just don't know enough about it. I haven't practiced it, but I was like, okay, we can sprinkle a little, like, a little bit of it in there. But then they wanted me to potty train them. And I was like, this is when I'm gonna have to bow out.
Yes, you be man. Some of them damn requests for them customs, it be mind blowing, yo. It be mind blowing. Period.
Right.
Even to the point where you sell underwear, any of that stuff. You have requests for that, or
Say
you
that
have
again.
requests for you have requests for your underwear or anything like that.
Um, I mean, I've had
You ain't
I've
been in the
had
game long enough, but just wait. Just give it time.
I
Give it
know.
time.
I've
Give it
had
time.
some weird requests, but nothing too crazy.
So, and you still do your solos, correct?
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
I'm not gonna stop fucking myself. Are you kidding me?
Plus the watery ending just makes it better out of this piece. So how often do you film to keep up with the demand of updates?
I try and post. I know it's not as frequent as the algorithm wants. But I try
And
and
fuck the
film.
algorithm. Go ahead. Fuck the
Right.
algorithm, trust me.
Um, but I try and do a solo content, a collab content, some behind the scenes, some boudoir within every week that I'm posting. So however that falls, I try and bulk film on the weekends because like I said, I work 9 to 5.
Yeah.
So, and release it throughout the week.
Yeah, because see the hardest part is balancing it all. Working
Oh
your
yeah.
9 to 5, dealing with family, and be able to chase this. So how do you balance it?
Um, a lot of caffeine and gummies.
Yes, she smokes people, obviously, when she said gummies, but I'll leave that alone. Smokers Lounge, here we go. Go ahead.
Hey, if I gotta sleep, I gotta sleep hard. That's all I'm saying.
You ain't never lied out this piece. Because even with me, I had to smoke a blunt before I shot. I ain't gonna front. And even after the shoot, I had to smoke. So, because everybody got their vice and what they need to get up and get their mind right away. Because people don't realize this is also a mental game. There's mental prep and there's physical prep for shoots.
Oh,
Period.
yeah.
If it's anal or what have you. So, like, speak to some of the prep that you do before you do shoots.
I mean, I think the mental drain of it all is kind of why I stepped back from the boy girl collab a little bit. I was like, let
Mm-hmm,
me just focus on the solo, focus on the fetish and get myself right. And then like I
mm-hmm,
can always revisit it. Um as far as the mental prep though, it's a lot. I mean, physically as a woman, it's the hair, it's the nails, it's the makeup, it's the outfit. It's all of that just on aesthetics alone, let alone
yeah,
making sure that I talk myself up and be like, "You a bad bitch. You gonna come out here and pop your pussy. It's gonna be so cute." Like, like you know what I mean? I gotta like hype myself
yeah,
up a little bit, make sure
mm-hmm,
I'm feeling myself, so it comes across that way.
mm-hmm. Yeah, because the thing about it is that this game is mentally tasking, and two, the other part of it is that you have made it to where you're not dependent upon boy girl content because
Hmm.
you're doing the fetish, because you're doing the other stuff, and that's why I tell females you have to have your repertoire, extensive repertoire, because if the boy girl ain't selling, your fetish might be. If your fetish might not be selling, that boy girl might be selling. If your content is not selling because you have the up and downs of the sales of the content, that's the reason why you do the custom. That's the reason why you do the webcam and stuff of that nature. Period. It's called a brand,
Yep.
building your brand, and your
And I mean,
brand
that's
has
what I'm really trying to work on is, not only building my base as far as my followers, but just building myself as a person and being more consistent across the board as far as putting content out and the quality of content and just everything else and just consistency overall is the goal this year.
yeah, because that's one thing I hate about OnlyFans and some of these sites. They push you to do quantity. And
Yep.
that wasn't there before because even when I was with OnlyFans for the short time I was with, very short, um, I kept getting emails. "Hey, you haven't updated this week," and I'm used to updating monthly. I'm the kind of
Mhm.
person I like to build anticipation for the scene, the trailers, the pretty girl pics, the professional looking stills, not the stills you take off of the scene, but the stills you
Mhm.
take with the picture. Period. And I think that got lost in the industry as well because no one builds anticipation for their scenes. Period. You know, and plus also to me, it's good that you don't do a lot of boy girl content because when you drop it, it makes a bigger impact.
That's true. That's true.
Period. So yes, baby girl, I could talk to you for hours, but I have to shut this down because I have another show to do. But
Okay.
I want you back. I want
Oh.
you back. So with
Okay.
that, can I call you a smoke buddy?
Oh, absolutely.
People, and you heard it first. She will be back to the Smokers Lounge, and she will be back on the premium smoke room because the best smoke is always premium. $4.99 a month, 7 premium podcasts for you to enjoy. We're more uncensored, more unpredictable, more wilder. She might pull out a titty. She might suck on a
I'm
lollipop. You know what I'm saying?
You
You
never
don't
know.
know unless you subscribe exclusively on Spotify. That's the only place that you can watch it. You can subscribe, anchor.fm/smoke this over, OVA /subscribe. And you can only watch it on your Spotify account. And that's the only place you're going to be able to see it. So with that being said, Miss Moon, tell everybody where they can
Yes.
spend that good money on
Please
you.
do. The easiest place to find me is Twitter. I have my link tree on there. It has everything in there that you could ever wish for. My Twitter is island_girl475. Hit me up, send me a DM. Check out the OnlyFans, all the fun stuff.
Most definitely. We got a lot more to talk about when she come back because it's a
Oh,
lot. I didn't
absolutely.
even get to it. So with that being said, people, you know how we end these things all day, every day. Life is a learning experience. What's the point of the experience if you haven't learned anything? Smoke this over. Say goodbye to the smokers, baby.
Goodbye, babes.